Hello, welcome to Biology, the scientific study of life. Ray fin fishes and lobe fins. The vast majority of vertebrates belong to a clade of Nathostomes called Osteichthyes. Like many other taxonomic names, the name Osteichthyes bonyfish was coined long between the advent of phylogenetic systematists. When it was originally defined, the group excluded tetrapods, which we know but we know now that such a taxon would actually be paraphyletic. Therefore, systematists today include tetrapods along with bony fishes in the clade Osteichthyes. Clearly, the name of the group does not currently describe all of its members. Unlike Colvixes, nearly all living Osteichthyes have an ossified bony endoskeleton with a hard matrix of calcium phosphate. It is not clear when the shift of bony skeleton took place during Nathostome evolution. It's possible, for example, that the common ancestor of both Convexes and Osteichthyes was already highly ossified and that convexes subsequently lost much of this bone until more fossils of early convexes and osteichthyes are unearthed. The question will remain open. Aquatic osteichthyes are the vertebrates we informally called fishes. They breathe by drawing water over 4 or 5 pairs of gills located in chambers covered by a protective bony flap called the operculum, as shown in this figure. The operculum water is drawn. Notice, as shown in this figure. Notice that water is drawn into the mouth through the pharynx and out between the gills by movement of the operculum and contraction of muscles surrounding the gill chambers. Most aquatic osteichthyes can control their buoyancy with an air sac known as a swim bladder. Movement of gases from the blood to the swim bladder increases buoyancy, making the animal rise. A transfer back to the blood causes the animal to sink. Charles Darwin proposed that the lungs um, of tetrapods evolved from swim bladders, but strange as it may sound, the opposite seems to be true. Osteichthyes in many early branching lineages also have lungs, which they use to breathe air as a supplement to gas exchange in their gills. The weight of evidence indicates that lungs arose first and later evolved into swim bladders in some lineages. The skin aquatic osteichthyes is often covered by flattened bony scales that differ in structure from the tooth-like scales of sharks. Glands in the skin secrete a slimy mucus over the skin, an adaptation that reduces drag during swimming. Like sharks, aquatic osteichthyes have a lateral line system, which is evident as a row of tiny pits in the skin on either side of the body. Details about the reproduction of aquatic osteichthyes vary extensively. Most species are oviparous, reproducing by external fertilization after the female sheds large numbers of small eggs. However, internal fertilization and birthing characterize other species. Ray fin fishes, nearly all the aquatic osteichthyes similar to us are among the ray fin fishes class Actinopterygii from the Greek actin ray and pterygii wing or fin. The various species of bass, trout, perch, tuna, and herring are examples. The fins supported mainly by long flexible rays are modified for maneuvering defense and other functions. Ray-finned fishes appear to have originated in freshwater and spread to the sea's adaptation that solved the osmotic problem associated with the move to saltwater. Numerous species of ray finned fishes returned to fresh water at some point in their evolution. Some of them, including salmon and sea run trout, reply their evolutionary round trip from fresh waters to seawater and back to fresh water during their life cycle. Ray finned fishes serve as a major source of protein for humans who have harvested them for tens of thousands of years. However, industrial scale fishing operations now threaten some of the world's biggest fishers with colapes. Ray finned fishes also face other pressures from humans, such as the diversion of rivers by dams. Lobe fins and ray finned fishes evolved during the Devonian period, along with another major range of ossifiers. The lupifins Sarcopterygi. The key derived character of lupifins is the presence of rod-shaped bones surrounded by a thick layer of muscle in their pectoral and pelvic fins. During the Devonian, many lupins lived in brackish water, such as coastal wetlands. There, they probably used their lobed fins to swim and walk underwater across the substrate. Some Devonian lobe fins were gigantic predators. It is not uncommon to find spike-shaped fossils of Devonian lobe fin teeth as big as your thumb. By the end of the Devonian period, lobe fin diversity was dwindling, and today only three lineages survive. One lineage, the Coelacanths class Actinesia, shifted to the ocean, as shown in this figure. Scientists once thought that coelacanths had become extinct 75 million years ago, but in 1938, fishermen caught a living coelacanths of the Comores Islands in the western Indian Ocean. Coelacanths were found only in that area until 1999, when a second population was identified in the eastern Indian Ocean near Indonesia. The Indonesian population may represent a second species. The second range of living lobe fins is represented today by three genera of lungfishes, class Tiponi, all of which are found in the southern hemisphere. Lungfishes evolved in the ocean, but today are found only in freshwater, generally in stagnant ponds and swamps. Their surface to gulp air into lungs connected to their pharynx. Lungfishes also have gills, which are the main organs of gas exchange. In Australian lungfishes, when ponds shrink during the dry season, some lungfishes can burrow into the mud and estivate wet in a state of torpor. The third range of lobefins that survives today is far more diverse than the coelacanths of lungfishes during the Mid-Devonian. These organisms gave rise to vertebrates with limbs and feet called tetrapods, a lineage that includes human.